Hey, Taco here. Let's talk a little bit more about airspace and where you can and can't fly and a little thing called a Mode C veil. So this is the Charlotte, North Carolina airport. So it's the big airport in Charlotte, North Carolina. And you can see this airspace looks really confusing. But we've already talked about how to tell which layer of the cake you're under or what airspace is where. And here you see that's this. It's 100 and then you throw 2 zeros on it. So the top of this particular section of this blue ring is 10,000 feet. 100 plus 2 more zeros. 00 would be 10,000. And then the bottom of it, so the floor of it is 60 plus 2 zeros, so 6,000 feet. So as long as you're flying under 6,000 feet or over 10,000 feet, you're okay. You're outside this Class B airspace. B for big, or B for bad results if you fly into it. So you don't want to be inside their airspace. The problem is you see this magenta line, and it says Mode C ADS-B out 30 NM or 30 nautical miles. We're not going to get into what a nautical mile is, but 30 miles from the airport, there's a circle, and it says in order to fly into here, you have to have a Mode C transponder or an ADS-B out. So basically an automated identification system to tell other planes what you are. So you might think at first, wait a minute, if it says ADS-B out or Mode C is required to fly inside this ring, I can't fly in here at all. But no, ultralights don't fall into that. Part 91 says airplanes must have Mode C or ADS-B out. However, we don't fall under Part 91. We fall under Part 103. So let's look at, for example, this airstrip here, Northbrook International Ultraport. And I've actually visited this. Mr. Peeler, I had a good long talk with him, and I think I even flew with him once, but it's been about 30 years ago. So if you right-click on any of these, and again, I'm in SkyVector, so if you right-click on any of these, it'll tell you who owns it, the distances and directions for different airports and all that. So let's go back, because it's not framing in my phone very well. But anyway, that's Northbrook Ultraport. And it even gives you GPS coordinates if you just wanted to punch it in your GPS and go. But you see, this is a private airstrip. It's a really little short airstrip. He flies a Stoll CH-701, or he used to, out of this airport. But you're inside this Mode C veil. But you're okay. As long as you're under 6,000 feet, you can fly and to or out of Northbrook International with permission, of course. It's a private airstrip. So you can fly into or out of here even though it's inside this Mode C veil. So that's something interesting about this ring. We don't have to worry about that, and I think the reason, you'll have to check me on this, I think the reason is because we don't have an engine-driven electrical system. So we don't have alternators and all that to charge a battery to run our electronics off of. We're just flying along with, portable radios or whatever. So that's one neat thing. We are still allowed inside this Mode C veil even without the proper equipment. Just make sure you stay under the floor of Class B airspace. You don't want to get run over by an airplane or get a really hefty fine or even risk going to jail. So any of that would suck. A little bit more about airspace. You see this 29 here. Check that out. Okay, so what does that mean? Again, airspace sectional charts are all about hundreds of feet. So what this says is 2900 or 2,900 feet. And what they're telling you is that within this particular grid, let's zoom out a little bit. If you look here, these form a grid, and it goes down here, comes over this way. right next to the airport. So these are lines of latitude and longitude. So if you didn't have GPS coordinates, you could figure them out as far as your latitude and longitude. But they make a square grid. So what this 2-9 is telling you is that within this square, outlined here by these latitude and longitude lines, within this square, the highest obstruction is 2900 feet. So as long as you fly along above 3,000 feet, remember you got to stay out. You got to stay out of this Class B airspace. So watch that. But as long as you fly along above, say, 3,000 feet, you won't hit anything. And each one of these squares, you have to look. Now this is getting on up towards the mountains, right? So there's some mountainous area here. And so in this particular grid, it's 4700 or 4,700 feet is the highest obstacle. And that could be a landform or an antenna or any sort of obstacle. So, and you'll see this white line too. This white line is basically telling you, hey, there's another chart for Charlotte and it would encompass this area. So if we zoom out a little bit, if I didn't lose my mouse, there's a terminal area chart for Charlotte. And if you get that chart, it would show you whatever's inside this white rectangle. So we really don't have to worry about that. We can get pretty close without having to worry about it. But anyway, that's a little bit more about airspace. Couple other things. These light blue lines, right, like for example, this one here, these light blue lines are military training routes. So anytime you see one of these, you don't want to hang out in them for very long. You can fly through them, but you know, an F-16 or even a Black Hawk might not see you depending on how fast they're going. So you don't want to really hang out in these very long. So watch these. These are military training routes. And the numbers mean something I can't remember. For example, here's IR-VR1. This is V259. They mean different things. One of them's VFR, of course. One of them's IFR. And then they fly at different altitudes as well. So you might want to look that up if you fly around a military training route a lot. But that's about it for today. This actually worked very well. I'm not using the magic board. I'm on a monitor. I'm about to lose the magic board for the summer, so you won't see me standing in front of it until fall. So anyway, have fun. Check out your airspace. Make sure you don't go in the wrong airspace because you don't want to wind up around here busting airspace at the Charlotte airport or any other Class B, for example. So watch that. And remember, rule 1, don't go splat.